starting off October with Everything by Nicola, Yoon. And this book is a very interesting, quick book. It's about teen romance, but Madeline is stuck in her house because she has this rare disease and she's like allergic to everything in the world, and so she can't go out because all the germs and stuff, and her immune system's so low, and so she has to really be careful about things coming into her house from outside that bring germs in, and nobody can touch her. It's like she's very lonely and alone, and she has a lot of books. She writes little book reviews with spoiler alerts. It's kind of cute throughout the book. A lot of it is her emailing and instant messaging with the boy next door who just moved in, named Ollie, and she's kind of obsessed with him. Like, she's used to spending like mom nights once a week. They play these games and stuff, and they look movies together, and so she's content until Ollie shows up, and then he's a big distraction for her. And she has a private nurse, Carla, who feels sorry for her, and so she gives in and arranges a visit with Ollie for just 20 minutes. That's it, and ends up taking a risk and actually living her life. It's a great book. I think you'd enjoy it. This week I read a children's book, and it's a picture book, but it has a lot of text in it as well. It's called The Day the Crayons Quit by Daywalt. And this is a cute, funny book about a box of crayons that when the kid opens, he finds letters instead of crayons. And they tell him, all these letters tell the kid how they feel. And it's very good. Educators like it, parents liked it, kids liked it. It has over 2,500 reviews on Amazon, which is amazing. And they're positive reviews. Most of them are 5 stars. So it's an enjoyable book. I couldn't put it down once I started it because I wanted to see what each different color had to say. And I wanted to see what was so great about it that it got so many reviews on Amazon. So go check it out. I couldn't put it down. I finished it in under 5 minutes. Book of the month, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. Hi, Manny. This has got to be just an awesome series. I love it. I loved every book so far. This is the 4th one in the series, and I'm definitely going on. In this book, I felt so bad for Harry when the kids didn't believe that he's not the one that put his name into the Goblet of Fire to get picked for this Triwizard tournament between the schools. He was underage. He shouldn't have been in it. And I'm thinking right at the beginning, I said, well, if he's not that old, how's he going to be in this thing? Well, you don't find out till the end of the book who put his name in and why. And he figured out whoever did it wants to kill him. It's so full of a lot of interpersonal things, and him and Ron had a falling out in this book. Hermione and Harry worked really close together, trying to solve the clues for the competition, and she helped him through it. And then when the reporter came up with lies and mixed some truth into it and caused a big mess, she went after that reporter. So yay for Hermione. And I finally found out how to pronounce her name in this book. So that was good. And it's just full of suspense, full of action. There was 3 tasks that he had to complete to win, and there was 3 schools competing. Each school was supposed to have only 1 contestant, but Hogwarts had 2, because that part didn't quite make sense. Why didn't just stop at 3 and with the 3 schools? But I don't know. They put a fake school down for Harry, and no, it just, I guess it fooled the Goblet into thinking that it was another school involved. So but it was so good. And then the big showdown at the end. Oh, that was so suspenseful. And I just loved this book. It was over 700 pages, the longest book I've ever read, but just kept going and going and going. Highly recommend it if you like action, if you like, it's about friendship and loyalty is in there, and the dance was hilarious. Again, why didn't they ask Hermione? Duh. I loved it, and I highly recommend it. Following that up was Black Ice by Becca Fitzpatrick, which is a totally different scene. This is a contemporary teen thriller, actually, about 2 girls who decide to go camping in the mountains for their spring break, and they get a snowstorm, and they're stranded on the mountain road, and of course they don't have any cell phone reception. And so they decide after a while it's too slippery to go on, they can't see where to drive on these roads, and so they try to go and find some shelter. So they come up with a cabin, and there's 2 guys there that let them in. Then it gets kind of tense, and they each have their own secrets. I'm not going to get into too deep on that because I don't want to give anything away, but it was good. It was just kind of far-fetched for reality fiction, I thought. And the girl was I did not like the main character. She was a liar, a big flirt, and I just didn't care for her. And she's obsessed with her boyfriend that she broke up with 8 months ago, who was her best friend's older brother. He sounded like a jerk. I didn't know why she even liked him. It's like, the whole thing was goofy. But then when she went on she got held hostage by these 2 guys, and she spent a lot of time in the woods with the one, and it was kind of good how their relationship developed. But it's a fun thriller. I would say if you could have a fun thriller, this would be a fun thriller. It's different than other ones I've read, so give it a shot. Adventure in the Mountains sounds good to you, with the hostage angle and kind of goofy characters. Give it a shot. It was all right. I gave it 4 stars. On my Kindle, Deeply Devoted by Maggie Brendan, and I liked it. It's about 1800s in Wyoming. Mail order bride comes from Holland to Wyoming. She gets off the train, she gets to the hotel, right away they get married. It's like, whoa. She brought her 2 sisters with her, which are 2 teenage girls, and he wasn't expecting them. Hi, Manny. And so it was quite a surprise, and she had another secret that she didn't tell him about. They were corresponding for like 8 months before she actually came over. So it's a good story, it's romantic, it's Christian fiction, and I liked it. To end October, I read an advanced reading copy that I got called Put a Ring on It by Beth Kendrick. She writes women's fiction, and this is kind of a light, fluffy romance. The dog is misleading on the cover. It's not really about the dog at all. Well-organized, practical woman who's engaged, but her fiancé breaks off the engagement, and she's heartbroken temporarily. And then she jumps into another relationship right away, and when she goes to visit her college friend in Black Dog Bay in Delaware, and she meets this guy at a bar, and they get married. And her ex marries someone right off the bat too. It's like crazy, and so she's doing it to get back at him, and it's like, it's really silly, and it's an entertaining read, but I didn't like how light marriage was treated in this book, and so that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I realize it's fiction and it's just, entertaining romance. I did like the ending. My cat liked it. He started chewing it up. So there's my October reading. My favorite of the month was Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling.